Let's decode every USB port color in 8 minutes. White USB ports, the dinosaurs. If you see a white USB port, congratulations, you've discovered USB archaeology. These usually mean USB 1.0 or USB 1.1, introduced back in 1996, when the internet screamed at you before connecting. White ports were designed for extremely basic devices like keyboards, mice, and printers. Stuff that didn't move much data and didn't expect miracles. Speed-wise, we're talking 1.5 megabits per second at low speed and up to 12 megabits per second at full speed. Back then, impressive. Today, your mousepad probably moves data faster. Data could also only move one way at a time, which made everything even slower. USB 1.x is completely obsolete. You'll only find white ports on ancient office PCs, industrial equipment, or computers that should have retired years ago. And this is where things start getting confusing. Because from this point on, the color actually matters, sometimes. Black USB ports, the reliable workhorses. Black ports almost always mean USB 2.0. This standard launched in 2000 and became the backbone of USB for over a decade, and it refuses to die. USB 2.0 supports speeds of up to 480 megabits per second. Not fast by today's standards, but still perfectly usable, which is why USB 2.0 is everywhere. It's perfect for keyboards, mice, microphones, webcams, printers, controllers, and anything that doesn't constantly move large files. Many manufacturers still prefer USB 2.0 for these devices because it's stable and predictable. The downside? For external drives, video files, or backups, USB 2.0 is painfully slow. Usable, yes. Enjoyable, no. Think of USB 2.0 as the trusty delivery van. It always shows up, it just doesn't hurry. And this is exactly where most people unknowingly kill their transfer speeds without changing a single setting. Blue USB ports, the glow-up era. Blue USB ports usually mean USB 3.0, also called superspeed USB. And this is where USB finally leveled up. USB 3.0 supports speeds of up to 5 gigabits per second, more than 10 times faster than USB 2.0. External drives suddenly made sense. Copying videos didn't ruin your afternoon, and backups stopped feeling like a character-building exercise. USB 3.0 also introduced full duplex communication, meaning data can be sent and received at the same time, a massive real-world speed boost. And yes, it's backward compatible. Older devices still work, just slower. If you're using external storage nowadays, blue ports should be your bare minimum. And now comes my favorite part. The USB naming system, which feels like it was designed during a power outage. Teal USB ports, blue-green confusion. Teal ports usually indicate USB 3.1 Gen 1, which sounds fancy. Plot twist, it's the exact same speed as USB 3.0, 5 gigabits per second, same performance. New name. This exists because the USB naming system is allergic to clarity. USB 3.0 became USB 3.1 Gen 1, which later became USB 3.2 Gen 1. Perfectly logical, obviously. So if you see teal, relax. It's just USB 3.0 wearing a slightly different outfit. If there's one USB color where assumptions can cost you real time, it's this one. Red USB ports, the overachievers. Red USB ports usually mean business. They're often associated with USB 3.1 Gen 2 or USB 3.2. That means speeds from 10 up to 20 gigabits per second on a classic USB-A port. Yes, really. These ports are ideal for external SSDs, large file transfers, video editing, and anyone who values their time. Many red ports also support always-on power, meaning they can charge devices even when the computer is turned off. Important word here, many. Not all red ports do this. That depends entirely on the manufacturer. Red ports used to be high-end only. Now they're more common, but never assume full speed unless the specs say so. This next one isn't about speed at all. It's about power and accidentally murdering your battery. Yellow USB ports. The phone chargers. Yellow USB ports usually prioritize power over speed. These are often called always on or sleep and charge ports. They stay powered even when the laptop or PC is turned off or in sleep mode, which makes them perfect for charging phones, power banks, cameras, and wireless headphones. Speed varies wildly. Some yellow ports run USB 2.0, others USB 3.0, so don't expect performance miracles here. Amazing for travel. Terrible if you forget something plugged in overnight and wake up wondering why your laptop battery is at 0. Orange USB ports. The corporate siblings. Orange USB ports are rare but usually mean the same thing as yellow. Always on power delivery. They often follow USB 3.0 standards with speeds up to 5 gigabits per second. You'll mostly find them on business laptops, workstations, or enterprise systems. Machines designed to be practical, reliable, and deeply unexciting. Symbols, cables, and the silent performance killers. Here's the part nobody talks about enough. The port is only half the story. The cable matters just as much. A USB 3.2 port with a USB 2.0 cable will behave exactly like USB 2.0. No warning, no error message, just disappointment. Look for symbols next to the port. SS means super speed. Double SS often points to 10 gigabit support. Small battery icons usually indicate charging features. These symbols are often more reliable than color alone. And cheap cables? They're one of the most common reasons people think their USB port is broken. Before you feel confident about USB colors, this is where most people get it completely wrong. USB-A versus USB-C. Same drama, new shape. Quick reality check, connector shape does not equal speed. USB-A ports can be insanely fast. USB-C ports can be painfully slow. USB-C is just a connector shape. It doesn't automatically mean fast data, video output, charging, or high-speed connectivity. Two identical USB-C ports can behave completely differently. Always check the specifications. Always. Do you even need to care? Honestly, most people don't. If you're plugging in a mouse, keyboard, headset, or webcam, USB 2.0 is perfectly fine. Sometimes it's even more stable. But if you're dealing with external drives, video files, large backups, or content creation workflows, USB 3.x can save literal hours of your life. So yes, USB colors help, but they don't guarantee anything. In the real world, the slowest part always wins, and it's usually the cable you bought for $3.